For a long time, mankind has brushed aside certain anomalies, certain things discounted as sleight of hand, instead of researching and discovering, which is unfortunate, but luckily the Foundation has come along so that when something strange does arise, it can at least be studied. Boogie boogie. Exactly. So I have discovered a few. Several of them I've chosen simply because they're short, although I do have one that is terrifying that will come near the end, and I have one that is absolutely adorable that I'll also be sharing. Hello Frozen Fury, hello Mario Sonic, and hello Roger Roger. It is very nice for you to did you know you can call the SCP Foundation? Oh yes, you can call them. I'm actually a member of the site. Wahahaha. So, the first one we are looking at, SCP-2521, is very interesting because it will not be named. It appears that any information written about SCP-2521 is immediately destroyed by SCP-2521. As you can see right here, the picture graph shows a photo of SCP-2521, paper crossed out, talking about it crossed out, internet, digital stuff crossed out, and over here, symbols are go. So apparently, symbols are okay. But if you don't, apparently something really bad happens. And here's a close-up view of it. Apparently it's got tentacles, slime coming down, and wispy looking things. It's a little taller than the average man. Apparently it can walk through objects, and it knows when it's being talked about. But if you talk about it in pictures and symbols, it apparently doesn't understand. So this is why SCP-2521 is written this way, for everybody's own personal safety. Down here, we have a interaction with SCP-2521. There is a person who apparently is writing in symbols. SCP-2521 comes along, I guess, looks like he's taking the paperwork and leaving. Second example, let's just say the researcher didn't fare as well. So if you do encounter this particular SCP, I would gather from the information provided, you do not talk to it or about it, or even acknowledge it in any way. You do pictures, descriptions, things like that. Be a lot safer. But yeah, that's creepy as heck. Creepy as heck. Apparently, Roger Roger is also an SCP. He is an interesting fellow. Apparently, a lot more interesting than anyone give him credit, which is both terrifying and intriguing. So let's move on to the next one. I thought this one was interesting because there are no words. It's just pictures. And writing down anything about it generally doesn't end well. So let's just type in another one. 7. Okay. Object class neutralized. So this SCP is deceased. You can make foreigners give you banknotes. I see. That is a talent. And Frozen Fury likes it when I say the word nifty. And Mario Sonic likes it when I say, "That there's a nice truck." Did I seriously just snort? Yes, I did. Okay, SCP-3637. Special Containment Procedures. As of Incident 3637-A, 3637 Llama events have ceased completely, and SCP-3637 has been reclassified to neutralized. 1 year after Incident 3637-A, SCP-3637 was fully excavated and transferred to a museum operated by a Foundation front. Okay, so now I'm curious. So they found a bunch of bones and there was an incident. Huh. Okay. Description. SCP-3637 is a fossilized Manimurshurbanura. I don't understand the scientific words because I am not a scientist. I'm not a researcher at the Foundation. I'm merely a fan. Excavated 8 kilometers east of Biennian, Montana during a paleontological dig. Wow, that's a big word, and I nailed it. Upon initial excavation of SCP-3637, a loud roar was heard by the paleontology team with no apparent source. Oh, that, can you imagine how freaky that would be? You're digging up bones and all of a sudden, roar! SCP-3637 will undergo a single 3637 Llama event every time a thunderstorm forms or passes directly over SCP-3637. During a 3637 Llama event, wind speeds in the vicinity of SCP-3637 will increase to around 140 kilometers per hour. A loud roar will be heard, and salt crystals within 119 m radius of SCP-3637 will be drawn towards it and cover it completely. That's just weird. A lightning bolt will then strike, and the salt crystals will coalesce into the form of an adult Manishurashra skeleton, hereafter designated SCP-3637-1, will then extricate itself and walk away. What? Okay, so it basically covers itself in salt. A lightning bolt strikes it, and then it walks, and then the salt walks away. What? Okay. Well, this is a weird one. Well, you're reading the SCP files. You know, do you expect normality? I mean, is it? You know, if it wasn't weird, then I'd be concerned. SCP-3637 tends to wander aimlessly, occasionally vocalizing and digging into the ground with its forelegs. SCP-3637 will continue to wander and dig until rain degrades it to the point where it's incapable of locomotion. Yeah, because it's made of salt that was just hit by lightning. This is so very odd. It is noted to vocalize loudly, dig more rapidly and frantically as it degrades. Rain will continue to fall into the vicinity of SCP-3637 until the instance dissolves completely. Only one SCP-3637 instance can exist at a time. That would imply there's another one out there, if this one isn't one anymore. 3637 Llama event will not occur again until the current SCP-3637 has dissolved. One is capable of remembering previous dug areas, as well as specific Foundation personnel, leading theories to explain this phenomena that SCP-3637-1 is either the same entity appearing repeatedly, or a group of entities sharing a collective memory. Whoa. Okay. There's some really creative nerds on the internet. I gotta say, coming up with this baloney, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, I'm so happy I caught your stream. Llama Monster. Have to catch up on some comments and grab some food and make sure I catch your next stream. And have an awesome, and you have an awesome commentator voice. Well, thank you. I do have I do have a face for radio, as they say, and I appreciate that. Goodness. I'm actually having a problem with my camera, and it tends to crash the computer every time I use it. But I digress. Incident 3637A. A Foundation paleontology team excavating near a complete Majorarjura nest, including several dozen fossilized eggs, approximately 11 kilometers from the location of SCP-3637. A 3637 Llama event occurred in the location of SCP-3637 despite the lack of rain, and the resulting SCP-3637-1, which is the salt creature, immediately vocalized loudly and proceeded to run towards the nest. Ooh, that's weird. SCP-3637 then absorbed salt from the ground, growing in size to a length of 15 meters, and easily scaled the barrier. On-site personnel attempted to neutralize SCP-371 with high-pressure water hoses, but were unsuccessful. SCP-36371 then shed the excess salt, turning to its original size of 9 meters, and continued course to the nest. I guess the archaeological nerds found a nest. And, where was I? Personnel at the nest were advised to stand down while backup was scrambling. Upon reaching the nest, SCP-3637 lay down next to it and nuzzled the fossilized eggs before collapsing into salt crystals. That's kind of sweet in a terrifying sort of way. Oh dear. This incident is confidential. Please redact. Yes. This information is classified, and you are compelled not to share it with anybody, or I guess a team of researchers will show up at your house and they'll have questions. They will have questions. Let's just type in a few more numbers and see what we get. Probably something weird, I would imagine. All right. All right. Keter class. I haven't gone over the Keter classes yet. I believe Keter is the ones that'll probably kill you. I'm not really sure. Okay. SCP-2719 is a variable abstract metaphysical construct pointer. Variable abstract metaphysical construct pointer. Now, I think I'm just nerdy enough to understand what that is. Basically, it's here and it's not here, and it's not here and it's here. Yeah, that about explains it. Concepts acted upon by SCP-2719 will either go or become inside. That's what I just said. Further information on SCP-2719 should be provided to personnel who are both sapient and biological. Okay, so sapient and biological. So they have to be alive and aware and of a biological nature. That's the only personnel you're allowed to talk to about this variable abstract metaphysical construct pointer. Who comes up with this stuff? Okay, and basically underneath this experiment data, it just says was inside, went inside, became inside, went inside distress, went inside dies, then went inside again, became inside. Becoming inside is obviously different than going inside, because if you become inside, then you appear there. If you went inside, that means you moved to the location. Let's see. Basically, what this one is an incredibly smart, nerdy fellow on the internet was saying, you know what, I'm going to try to confuse people, and I'm going to make the most complicated creature. Basically, it comes in and out of different, I want to say, realms, perhaps, that we can't see, and just shows up. So that's how it can do that. It's like an interdimensional creature, entity, is what this is. And my brain hurts just thinking about this nonsense. I'm going to move on because my brain is like, oh. But yeah, this is fascinating and incredibly nerdy at the same time. And probably not very popular, as most people would look at that and go, what on earth did he just say? But I tried to explain it. I did. I really did try. I don't know if I failed miserably or not, but you know, it is what it is. Let's move on to the next one, shall we? 2539. Yes. We shall see. Oh, I was gonna look them up on the. By the way, never look up SCP in Google Images unless you have a thick stomach and you don't mind being terrified. Because yeah. No, thank you. Okay, 2539. Let's dive into this thing, see what this is. All right, 2539. Wow, that is incredibly short. Huh. Elucid class, which I think that means is only, it's not like gonna kill you, but it'll mess with you, basically. Elucid, you know. It makes sense because lucid, you know, is a little, you can be trippy. Special containment procedures. Well, from the photo, it looks like SCP-2539 is a road. So good luck containing that. SCP-2539 has been closed under the provisional cover story of maintenance. Foundation security personnel have been assigned to monitor and intercept civilians attempting to access SCP-2539. So it's a road that you really don't want to go on, in other words. So let us read the description so we can figure out what the heck is going on with this thing. SCP-2539 is a 3.1 kilometer stretch of road near Roehampton, New South Wales. Individuals who attempt to traverse SCP-2539 in a motor vehicle will disappear after having traveled 500 meters and later reappear at the other end of SCP-2539 between 7 and 8 hours later. After returning, said individuals typically show signs of severe dehydration, heart stroke, even with provided adequate supplies to prevent this. So it's basically like a wormhole thing. You go into one end, and then you just come out the other end after you've been traveling for 8 hours. Bummer on your gas tank, I'd imagine. Those affected by SCP-2539's primary anomaly report having traveled down SCP-2539 for the full duration of the disappearance. All reports involve them stopping for a figure named Miriam Wells. Description of its appearance matched that of a highway patrol officer, Miriam Wells, who's disappeared in late 2009 on a routine patrol. So she probably got caught in this road loop thing and died somehow. She is usually described as wearing civilian clothes and attempting to ask subjects for directions. In a minority of observed cases, subjects report being able to convince the woman to join them in their vehicle. Also, subjects later find a piece of heavily scorched and decomposed human flesh in the storage compartment of their vehicle. The source of this is unknown. Well, that's icky. So it doesn't hurt anybody. It messes with them. You get on this little stretch of road, and it's only, 3.1 kilometers long, and you're driving for 8 hours, which, You could do a heck of a lot more than 3.1 kilometers in 8 hours, but this is a little creepy, pretty strange. Of course, it's an SCP, so why wouldn't it be a little creepy, a little strange? The next one, I have been told, the next one I'm going to share with you, I have been told is pretty terrifying. So we're going to dive into this, and hopefully nobody will be too terribly traumatized. If you are traumatized, all you need to realize is, well, I don't really know where I was going with that. It might actually eat you, so it's best to just kind of grin and bear it, I suppose. Anyway, let me... That's horrible advice. Just grin and bear it. It's going to eat you. What do I do? Well, you'll be fine. Okay. 173. Yes. Yes. Let's just take a look at 173. Let's go and look at the photos of 173, if there is any. 173. Oh dear. Okay. What? The heck is that? I haven't even read anything yet, and I'm freaked out. No way. Who comes up with this stuff? You've got to be kidding me. Okay. Special containment procedures. And hopefully, whatever that thing is, it is well contained. Item SCP-173 is to be kept in a locked container at all times. When personnel must enter SCP's 173 container, no fewer than 3 may enter at any time, and the door is to be locked behind them. At all times, 2 persons must maintain direct eye contact with SCP-173 until all personnel have vacated and relocked the container. That sounds terrifying, and I haven't even read the description yet. Okay. Moved to Site 19 in 1993. Origin is as of yet unknown. It is constructed from concrete and rebar, with traces of Krylon brand spray paint. SCP-173 is animate and extremely hostile. The object cannot move while in direct line of sight. Line of sight must not be broken at any time with SCP-173. Personnel assigned to enter container are instructed to alert one another before blinking. Objects is reported to attack by snapping the neck at the base of skull or by strangulation. In the event of attack, personnel are to observe Class 4 hazardous object containment procedures. It's made of steel and concrete, and if you blink, it'll kill you. Okay, well, there's that. Personnel reports sounds of scraping stones originating from the container when no one is present inside. This is considered normal, and any change in this behavior should be reported to the acting HMCL supervisor on duty. The reddish-brown substance on the floor is a combination of feces and blood. Ew. Origin of these materials is unknown. The enclosure must be cleaned on a bi-weekly basis. Ew. This thing is terrifying and gross. Okay. Okay, let's look at the photos again. That thing is so basically, as long as you're looking dead at it, it's not going to kill you. But if you look away, it's gonna kill you. Oh, hey Rusty Faith, how you doing, man? I'm looking at a terrifying monster right now, and I think I'm gonna move on. Oh man, that's hardcore. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Okay. Okay. I'm totally not freaked out by that one. Yeesh. Let's go with let's look at SCP-139. A little more tame. Yes. I'm glad you're doing good, Rusty. I'm at the SCP Foundation. SCP, by the way, stands for Secure, Contain, and Protect. I am neither a researcher or a doctor or an employee of the Foundation. However, I find it very interesting. 139. 139 does not exist. Huh? I could have swore I looked it up the other day. 291. We'll do this one next. Okay. That one doesn't exist. SCP-2915. Let's see what this thing looks like before I read it, because I don't remember what it is. 2915. Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember what it is. I'm not going to tell you. We're going to have to look at it, aren't we? Special Containment Procedures. SCP-2915 is owned and operated by Foundation agents as a typical Wendy's franchise under supervision of MTF PSI 25. Trapped in the drive-thru, personnel are to maintain all professional standards set forth by Wendy's Corporation. Night shift guards are to be equipped with gas masks and broad-spectrum UV lights. The freezer is to remain padlocked. Employees are encouraged to ignore all sounds emanating from within. SCP-2915 is a Wendy's franchise, a restaurant located in Retracted, Ohio. The establishment possesses two primary anomalous properties. One, the menu at the time of containment did not align with normal Wendy's products, appropriate health standards, or typical terrestrial biochemistry. All salvageable foodstuffs were removed from the premises for controlled laboratory study. So in other words, this Wendy's kind of made up its own menu, and nobody really knows what the ingredients are. Okay, number 2. The freezer does not possess a floor. Wait, what? The depth of the resulting shaft is unknown. Probing missions have proven inconclusive. 6 winch systems are attached to the ceiling of the freezer, each consisting of a chain and large meat hook. These winches are controlled by a series of valves located at the door. One chain remains lowered into the shaft. Oh, that's just weird. I don't know if I ever want to go to Wendy's again, but attempts to reach the bottom of the freezer shaft have been unsuccessful. The longest surviving probe broadcasted for over 4 months before communication was lost. Adjusting the height of change has not been attempted beyond establishing the use of the valves. Yellow gas of currently indeterminate chemical makeup will leak from the freezer during nighttime hours. What could possibly go wrong with that? Generally between 2 and 445. This gas is heavier than air, mildly toxic. Long-term exposure will result in damage to the lungs or kidneys, and will dissipate under concentrated ultraviolet radiation. Sounds might occasionally be heard emanating from within the freezer, and may include banging within the shaft, the rattling of chains, the scraping of metal on the inside of the door, and a distinct echoes of "I've Got You Under My Skin" by Frank Sinatra. Well, this one is a little silly. It's very creative. I don't think I want to go anywhere near the freezer, but yeah, that's SCP-2915 is apparently a Wendy's store. Try our new demon flesh. Oh my. So, after seeing something terrifying, we're going to see something absolutely adorable. And I asked somebody What is the most adorable SCP that you can find? And someone said 66. And I said, okay, well, let's go take a look at that. I've never actually taken a look at this. I'm not very prepared for my live streams. I don't really do a lot of forethought, you know. But so hopefully, maybe I was supposed to do this. 066. Yes. Okay. SCP-066. They said safe. It went from safe to elucid impetus. Not sure what that means. Let's look this up here. Shoot, we got. Oh, okay. So it's yarn with eyeballs? Because why not? That's a trip. Okay, let's look at this thing. Special containment procedures. Let's read the retracted bit if I can. SCP-66 is to be kept in a safe deposit box at Site 21. Personnel level 2 or higher may perform experiments on SCP-066 after filing the relevant request forms. Researchers may log their request in experiment log 066 beta. Okay. SCP-066 is to be kept in a tungsten carbide box in Site 21's high-value item storage facility. Once every month, this box may be manually inspected for damage to the interior. If damage is present, SCP-066 must be moved to a new box. This task is performed via a robotic arm capable of performing the task in under 3 seconds. So whatever this thing is, you got to move it quickly. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Let's see the description, because I want to know what this thing is. SCP-066 is a amorphous band of braided yarn and ribbon weighing approximately 1 kilogram. Strands of SCP-066 may be taken individually and manipulated. When this is done, a note to the dilatic scale is produced by the object. Well, it makes music. Huh. When a set of 6 or more notes are produced, SCP-066 will produce an effect of varying nature and duration. SCP-066 will not respond to manipulation while any effect produced by it is in progress. Prior to Incident 0662, results have included, okay, I want to know what Incident 0662 is, but we'll get to that in a minute. SCP-066 transformed into a small calico kitten for 17 minutes. What the heck? The kitten has exhibited significant friendliness and playfulness and appeared to be declawed. What the heck? So it can change its form, in other words. A song lasted 4 minutes, acoustic guitar with vocal accompaniment by singer-songwriter Redacted. The lyrics warned the listener not to use sharp objects without parental supervision. Okay, a small cupcake. Chocolate with chocolate frosting and a lit candle stuck on top. Notably, the tones produced prior to this effect correspond with the notes of Happy Birthday. SCP-066 became responsive after said cupcake was consumed. What a strange... Okay. There was an incident, another incident, apparently, 0662, on April 18, 2008, 066/4437 was instructed to use a pair of scissors to remove a portion of SCP-066 for testing. However, when he began to cut it, SCP-066 rolled 1 meter away from him before stopping and making an unidentified squeaking sound. Before he could be provided with further instruction, D-066-4437 attempted to cut it again. SCP-066 rolled away and produced the phrase, "Are you Eric?" in response. After D-066-4437 replied in the negative, SCP-066 morphed into its present state. See file photo and begin emitting loud, dissonant staccato notes. Do, 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 do. Probably not those notes. Until was escorted from the room. Apparently he didn't like to be cut, okay? So it became like a brain with eyes, and this is so weird. After incident 0662, SCP-066 began to exhibit behavior highly inconsistent with its previous properties. Well, it didn't want to be cut, so SCP-066 now displays significant mobility, primarily in the form of being able to move tentacular portions of itself at very high speed. While SCP-066 is either unable or unwilling to use this ability for transportation, it will occasionally attempt to damage its containment by rubbing its strands against the side of the box, gradually wearing it down. This process appears to be unusually effective for the materials in consideration. This is so strange. You gotta love this stuff. I mean, who comes up with this stuff? I mean, seriously. Additionally, SCP-066 will automatically produce notes and effects in the presence of any human, regardless of whether that human interacts with it. This process takes a minimum of 6 seconds. In the aftermath of Incident 0662, effects produced by SCP-066 have included, a single bee was released near the containment, stinging D-4436 before flying away. Bee was not captured. It is unknown how the bee survived. Beethoven's Second Symphony was played over 140 decibels, causing permanent deafness to 3 personnel and permanent hearing damage to 8 others. So it'll make music really loudly if you take it off. The room containing SCP-066 experienced a sudden and complete absence of light for 5 hours. Personnel in the room reported hearing loud breathing behind their shoulders, although no source was apparent. That's a little creepy. When it is not protruding anomalous effects, SCP-066 will say the name Eric constantly in a deep masculine voice. Eric. 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 That's weird. And why wouldn't it be weird? It's on the SCP site. It's gonna be weird. Anyway, my throat is starting to feel it because of all this yammering on. So I'm just going to do one more and then probably end because that's what I want to do. Sounds like a plan, eh? Okay, 2174. Let's look you up. And see what you are. I have no idea. Let's look here for pictures. This is like a ball of yarn with eyeballs, though. I mean, seriously. That one was supposed to be relatively cute. I'd hate to know what ugly is. Okay. Ah, yes. Okay. SCP-2174. Here we go. The Foundation does not currently have the technical capacity to fully contain 2174. As such, containment is focused on managing information leaks and preventing independent rediscovery. Mobile Task Force Epsilon 5 is to be deployed to investigate possible SCP-2174 manifestations, and if necessary, work with embedded agents and local law enforcement and media agencies to disseminate appropriate cover stories under Protocol KV-8699. Okay, so this is getting weird. SCP-2714 is a phenomenon wherein a location spontaneously comes to resemble a stereotypical murder scene. Historically, the majority of SCP-2174 instances have been found in North America and Europe. All known instances contain at least one hominoid chalk outline, corresponding to the popular culture belief that drawing such outlines to mark a victim's body is standard police procedure. Which it really isn't, but whatever. Other elements, such as human blood or police tape, may or may not appear. That's so weird. Oh dear. The body positions suggested by chalk outlines are often awkward and unnatural. Though typical homicide assault victims, some cannot be achieved without major skeletal damage. Signs of struggles and violence also frequently appear. However, no signs of bodies being removed have ever been found, even in situations where there would be expected. DNA evidence recovered from SCP-2174 instances has not yet been found to match any known missing or deceased persons. Instances appear to be at least partially influenced by their geographical location, although this is not consistent. For example, all police tapes found among American instances display the word police, while German instances alternate between Polizia and police. Different trends may also be observed over time, such as the increase in number of instances containing blood and or other biological matter since the early 2000s. This is so very strange. Who comes up with this stuff? You've got to be kidding me. SCP-2174 may also contain a mind-affecting component, as interviews with residents in the area show they fully believe that a homicide has occurred and a police investigation is underway, even when there is no corpse or police investigation at the site. Additionally, these sites frequently become makeshift shrines with people leaving flowers and candles for weeks and months after they have been cleaned. This is so very strange. Okay. Addendum. Obscure references to humanoid chalk figures among murder scenes have been found in a handful of witchcraft murder trial records from 17th century Europe, predating all known SCP-2174 instances. In light of this, historical examples of chalk drawings with similarities known SCP-2174 patterns, such as the Carn Abyss giant, are being investigated. Okay, so whatever this apparition is, it shows up as a, okay. And why not? The Foundation has so far not been able to directly observe SCP-2174. The information in this description should be viewed as approximate based on the available evidence. SCP-2174 instances in this document refer to both confirmed and alleged ones. For a detailed discussion of suspected false positives, work by anonymous pranksters, etc., see document Alpha DXL Section F. In real life, such practice contaminates the scene and is only done by experienced officers ignorant of proper procedure. For a comprehensive statistical analysis, see document blah 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 blah. Well, this is very this is kind of not exactly terrifying, but certainly very strange. So I think I am going to leave with this one. Gosh, that was a bunch of really weird stuff. Glad I could share it with you. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you all on the flip side. If you have an idea for an SCP you would like me to cover in my next one, please let me know, and we'll go for it. And that's all I got. So have a wonderful day. I am out.